Welcome back to another episode of the Fake Friends podcast. We're running with episode 12 today. We do have a special guest joining us. Before we do introduce him, we do want to let you know that in every description of our podcast, we do leave a link for all of our other links for social media, Spotify, Apple Music, for our album, and where you can find us on the internet. And with that ado, we are joined by our longtime friend, Rio Vidal. How you doing, brother?
What's up, man? I'm doing good, bro. Good to thank y'all for having me, man. You know, good to be here.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us.
You brothers good, man?
Yes, sir. Very good. It's been a long time since we all got to talk.
Long time since we got a chance to chop it up.
Long time, bro. I think the last time we got together, man, was like, 2011, bro?
11, probably 12. I was actually thinking about that. I can't remember.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Damn, were you still at the Arts in 12?
Nah, I wasn't.
That's what I thought. Yeah, because when we were living together, I don't think you were there. I mean, we was living in Rio Vidal. I don't think you were still there. You had left, huh?
Yup.
Yeah, in 12, I think you left. Yeah, when we were in Emeryville, I think you might have moved back.
Yeah, I had moved back.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, then I ended up 2014.
Okay.
You said 2014, yeah. Where?
In LA.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yep. How was that? How was that whole experience?
Bro, nothing but good things to say about LA, man. You know, you just got to hard and you'll be able to keep up.
Yeah, I feel that. That's right. How long were you out there?
Man, 4 years. I was out there in San Fran for one, so total of.
Okay. You kind of cut out. You said 5 years total.
Yeah, and you were down when you were in LA. You were doing music down there too, right? Yeah, right. You were recording in studio too, right?
Sorta, kinda. What I was doing was I was actually around the industry. I had my cousin was out there and he was working with different artists here and there. So he would just take me into the studios, man. And I would get a feel for how, the industry was working and how they was operating. So it was pretty smooth. I was just a sponge, just learning everything. So I spent 4 years not writing shit, bro, and just learning as much as I could for real. So it was smooth. You know, by the time I moved back, because I ended up moving back home, by the time I moved back home, I was ready to go full effect, you know what I'm saying, and start writing and do the music part because I had the other end of it. So...
Yeah. Speaking of which, because you sent me the link not too long ago, your new single, "Welcome to RioVille," shit bangs, bro.
My dude.
Yeah. I heard that. Was like,
that's tough.
Okay, here we go.
Too.
Yeah. So just kind of like take us through the process of like that transition from when you did move back home and you wanted to start to get to writing, and then how you came to where you are now with like, the music you're starting to put out now. Because you did just put out an album. Was it a year ago?
Yeah, a year ago I did.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like the whole process with writing that and then moving to where you are now, just kind of get us up to speed.
Okay, so I wanted to, I'll start with the album that I did last year. I wanted to use my California experience and inspiration, you know what I'm saying, to write that. So I kind of had like a Midwest feel / flow mixed with like inspirations of California, bro, because that's a dope ass state, you know what I'm saying? And the people was good to me out there. So I kind of used all of that to put that shit together, man. And it came out with like this player smooth sound, you know what I'm saying? And that ended up actually getting me a distribution deal with Sony. You know, the right people heard that shit. And they took it in, man, and they was ready to go. And they was like, all right, well, let's do a new single. Instead of pushing the old stuff, let's do something new. So I reached out to some people, man. I got the right track for it, and I flew down to Atlanta to record that song, actually. So I flew down to the management company that got me signed with Sony, and I did that shit with them, man. And I brought some producers and engineers in the studio with me. We made some shit happen.
That's awesome, man.
I actually wrote that song, bro, on the way to Atlanta. So I was really on the plane and shit writing that song. So that was pretty dope.
Just start flashing like cameras did.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. That line stuck in my head. I heard it. I was like, yup.
I like that.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so you got distribution with Sony now, and that's where you're going moving forward. That's awesome, man. Good for you, dude. So you the guys you're working with that you took down in Atlanta, they're from Milwaukee as well, your hometown.
Well, one other one is actually from Florida. So
okay, cool.
they're all stationed in Atlanta, and so I keep that connection close. So I'm back and forth, man, back and forth doing my thing with them.
Speaking on that, what's the that's one place I can't say I've been. What's the music scene in Milwaukee like?
In Milwaukee is kind of weird, bro, depending on the side of town you're from. You know what I'm saying? Like north side, you got more of the lyrical assassins, trap style shit. Kind of what you hear in my music. I'm from the north side of Milwaukee. The east side, you got kind of like somebody from the east side blew up, bro. I don't think I could use. You ever heard of like Wapo Chapo or like anybody like that? You probably ain't never heard of them dudes.
Nah.
So more of like a up tempo beat sounding, kind of sound like T Glizzy. How you say it? T Grizzly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
That's like the east side of Milwaukee sound right there. And I actually thought he was from Milwaukee when I first heard it, bro, because that's like they sound so much alike. It's crazy. So it's kind of everywhere. Then you got like certain areas of the south side and certain areas of the northeast that gives you more of like a hip hop feel, like your Chance the Rapper sound. So it really depends on, which area you're from in the city. It depends on the kind of music you're going to make, man. So.
Okay, cool. That's what's up. Yeah, I mean, not to like run gas up you. I mean, I've been a fan of your music since, I heard you write that Lights Please record like 10 years ago. I thought that shit was fire. You were saying some things that I just thought were lyrically dope. And, here we are. So, I'm very excited for what you got going on, man. I mean, so moving forward, you released a single. What's like the creation process for you now that you have a distribution deal? Like, are there a lot of people involved in your creation process? You have like kind of a lot of freedom to like, what are you looking to put out now as far as like, I guess, a sound or kind of what type of records you trying to make to, make your name in music right now as a new artist?
So I got complete freedom, man. So what I do really is I kind of take longer to make shit because I use real life inspiration to make the music so I can have shit to talk about. So I actually spend time, man, just doing like boss moves and getting my money up so I can have better shit to rap about when I'm actually rapping and writing.
So substance that way. Yeah.
Yeah. So I use myself as the process. Like if I want to write something to make it dope, I got to do some dope shit before I can write about it and rap about it. So,
for sure.
Speak on that because I know, and I through the socials we keep up, and we did an episode not too long ago about Shiba Inu and investment in that. Speak to how that was a little play bag for you about a month ago.
Shiba gonna be
the Shiba Army is strong.
Hey, we can put some cash in my pocket, man. Shit. I got to it kind of early. I do a lot of research with cryptocurrencies, and I was checking out, the background of what they had planned for business, and how they were like pit bullish, I guess you want to call it, like with business that they're kind of in your face attacking, making deals happen. And so I was a fan of it. So I bought, man, millions of shares, hundreds of millions of shares of it. And when they did that little takeoff, man, I got up to about 13 racks, bro, like just off Shiba. So it was a nice little look.
Yeah. Nice. How you feeling? How you feeling about it right now? We talk about it pretty much consistently. I didn't put too much into it from jump. I put a little bit into it, and then when it started to take off, I put in and got my investment. And now I'm sitting kind of smooth, and I'm just like, it's time to just kind of wait out and see what happens to it over the next year or so, and then and see what it's looking like.
Right now, it's cryptocurrency. So it's up and steady. You know what I'm saying? So normally, what I do is when I see the drops and the dips, instead of me like trying to sell or being worried, I purchase more, man. So I like dips. You know what I'm saying? When I see it falling down, I'm like, well, shit, put some more money into it. Let's run it up. It's gonna go back up eventually.
Because we were just talking about that this morning. I don't think it's something that stays down or completely, diminishes. It might fall for a moment in time, And then, like you said, it's back up. And so, like, that's a really good strategy to just simply buy more because you kind of average it down and you're able to leverage your position. So when it does take off, you just increase profits. And you know, I think it's hard sometimes to keep that, you know, in perspective when you start to see money dropping. You're like, oh, I'm losing. I need to stop losing money. But really, it's an opportunity to make more. It's just a matter of patience, I think. So. And like you said, when it comes to kind of translating that to your music, just that thought process alone allows you to put some more substance into your whole lyrical approach. And I think it allows your music to have more longevity instead of being kind of momentary.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, man, exactly. You know, make big moves to be able to write it, you know, inspire myself, you know, and hopefully people like it when they hear it, man. You know, honestly.
Yeah, they'll hear the what's the word I'm looking for? Not like the trueness, the
authenticity.
Yeah. That comes through the music for sure. You know, people can get a feel for that 100%. Speaking of which, so are you looking moving forward your next project to kind of maybe reach out to certain artists that might kind of vibe with your sound to, you know, get a nice feature placement? Are you kind of looking to more be, you know, just strictly Rio and then maybe some features that are just with people you like or whoever? What's kind of like moving forward the next project? What do you have in mind?
So it's funny you said that because I was just having this conversation with some people down in Atlanta, and I told him, I was like, man, I feel like I need features, you know. And he was like, well, who you thinking? You know, me being who I am, I was like, man, I want Drake on a fucking track, bro. Like,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's gonna cost some money. I was like, well, I'm getting it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what's the price tag? We're just going to
what's the price?
Yeah.
You don't know how deep my pockets are.
So that's funny. Eventually I do features, man, but I'm so tough on myself. You know, I want big names. I want, you know, like the right features. And I know that comes with a price tag. So I'm just running it up right now, man, and doing me. You know, if that gets one of their attentions before I make it up there, then that's cool. But if not, you know, I want to be able to hit people pockets for their art, you know, because I know it's a business, you know, and if people writing and giving you their time, they deserve to have some money for it. So I'm going to definitely make them able to hit pockets, man, when that time comes.
Yeah, I think that's you know, it's kind of like in any business, there's a professionalism to it. I think that's one aspect of like the music industry that sometimes is like overlooked, that there is a certain professionalism that's required when it comes to asking people to participate or, you know, asking people to kind of collaborate. There should just already be an unspoken, like, you know, expectation, be like, hey, I'm gonna provide something for your participation in this as just a professional standard. You
know? Exactly. But, you know, and at the same time, I expect a certain professionalism for that person. You know, if it's money involved, that's a contract. You know, that's a deal right there. So let's make this work. Let's get it done professionally. You know, and I feel like if you carry yourself that way, you know, things will work out for the better. You know, you just can't be an asshole, because there's a difference between being a professional, serious person and an asshole, you know.
Yeah, you know, I mean, shit, man, I feel you. We ran into some people just going to studios, producing demo records and stuff. And, you know, you meet people in person and you might think, you know, because you see them on like social media or whatever, they might seem cool. And then they're just so like self-absorbed. And then like the opposite, you might think someone's like a dick or something. They're the most humble person ever. You know, it's just, and it's awesome when you do get a chance to work with someone who has a lot of credit and they're doing something well and they're just super authentic and real. You know, it makes the creation process that much easier for sure, especially when you're collaborating.
For sure, man, because this industry, man, a lot of people don't talk about it, but, you know, a lot of people do, you know, but this industry it's bullish for real. You know, it's really a water full of sharks. So I understand why a lot of people end up angry and mad, you know what I'm saying? But if you keep a clear head and, you know, read all the right contracts, understand what you're reading and signing, you know, you should be able to be good, man. Stay humble. You shouldn't have too many pissed off moments if you're doing your job, you know?
Yeah, and I think that's also, if you're doing it for, you know, reasons that's true to yourself. I think a lot of people is, you know, it's a hustle for a lot of people. So if they only doing it just to kind of get, you know, a quick buck, then you find more frustrations when things ain't going the way as you want them to go. But when you do it with that kind of authentic approach, you really don't have any moments of frustration. It's all a process that don't really frustrate you. You know, it's kind of like, it's like being an athlete. You know what I mean? Like an athlete's not really pissed off when they put in extra work that they want to do on their own, and they lose. You know, any type of adversity doesn't just upset you. It's just part of your process. And so, yeah, that's kind of important, I think. And at least in this industry where anybody can kind of just, you know, record a song on their phone and put it up on a streaming platform, and everybody now, and everybody can be an opportunist in this industry. And more so, it's not so just artists; it's kind of just people taking advantage of opportunities.
Exactly. Yeah, you know, it's a lot of clout chasers out here, man. That's in it for the wrong reason. So,
yeah,
you know,
like they just care about the attention, how their image looks, social media hype, because they know they can make money off that, and they know it's like a quick gig. They can run it for like 2-3 years and make a pretty good bag, and then they're out. And it's just lame, you know, like someone like yourself who's really into making music, like you have a passion about it, you know. Like, it's just, you don't want to work with people like that, you know? Like,
it's not even just the artist, I think.
It's not fun.
I think it's people that, you know, around artists. I think it's, you know, producers, managers, everybody involved in the process kind of just wants a piece of attention, I think, more so now. And it can really get clouded. Speaking of, and you got some, like you said, somebody like you know, you got a musical background. What was your cousin name? I think it was Marcus, right? He's still doing his thing too, isn't he? So
Marcus,
like, you know, it's not just a hustle for a lot of people who do have some type of musical background and are passionate about just the creative process of the art. And unfortunately, you kind of still got to deal with people who are here, you know, just to capitalize on an opportunity. So,
yeah, that's.
But like it's important, like you said, also the kind of experiences you gain in LA, and taking time to do your writing process for personal experiences, because then you know yourself, and so, you know, you operate at a different speed to a different tune than the people who are just looking to make opportunity, and you can recognize that a lot sooner. You can recognize that when it's there, and you know how to avoid it, you know how to maneuver it. I think that's kind of crucial for a lot of people. That sometimes, you know, kids, even adults who might want to just, you know, try to make a quick hustle, they're not realizing that, and they get taken advantage of, or they make a decision that kind of affects them from propelling, you know, upward, and then it's just, you know, well, shit, it don't work out. But I think anybody that, again, kind of approaches it the way you're talking about, the way you're discussing it, and they keep it authentic to themselves, it's just a matter of being consistent, and, you know, it becomes a routine, a lifestyle for you.
Exactly.
And to follow that up too, it's like when you do keep it as authentic to yourself, when you are starting out with like first putting out music, no matter what level, your first listeners and fans that attach onto you, you know, those are like real, you know, they know they're liking you for what you're already putting out, not what you're trying to portray. So it's just even that much better. It may take longer to get the ball rolling, but you know, like you get like that 10 listens, or like the 10 fans or 10 likes or 10 subscribers to 50, 100, and it slowly builds, and you're doing it authentic to you. You know, it's like you're building a real foundation based off of you. And that's super important for sure.
Exactly, man. You know, one way I looked at it, you know what I'm saying, before I even got here, I didn't want to be the starving artist. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason why people do things for the clout. You know, they're broke for real. And so they're doing whatever they could to get a quick buck. You know what I'm saying? To not be broke anymore. So I made sure, man, I needed money. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to do this, I want to have some money, you know, and I set myself up pretty well, man. So I don't have to make desperate moves. You know what I'm saying? Make it or not, I'm straight. So I think if people could do that, you know what I'm saying, set yourself up financially, man, because the music industry is expensive anyway, for real. You know, when people say 90% business, that's really you just having money to pay people to do shit that you can't do. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You need cash for it, man. So put some money in your pocket, for real.
That's like crucial. Not just for what it costs to kind of make things happen, but I think you also think with a clear head when what seems to be an opportunity is, you know, presented to you isn't really an opportunity, but it's an opportunity to the person who does need that check. And they're like, hey, well, you want to give me this 10 grand for basically 100% of my rights. So you want to give me this 15 grand and, you know, I don't get anything on the back. But that 15 grand to the person who only got $1,000 in their pocket is like, I need 15 grand. And so it's a very very, very, very crucial aspect to, I think, kind of even the starting point. I mean, not everybody can do that. And sometimes some people kind of fluke up. Like you have a kid or you have a person, anybody make a record and it takes off and they didn't expect it to. And now they're getting presented with opportunities, where it's really kind of decision making is driven by the dollar. And it's harder to think with a clear vision that way. That's a great point that you know. And so, the approach that you have is kind of unorthodox to the traditional story where you hear even the artists that are hot now. It's like, yeah, my first deal that I ever signed or the first management deal I signed was so, fucked up because I gave them away all of this. But at the time, it was perfect because I needed the money. A lot of people don't think like, well, hey, let me just, keep creating my art, but at the same time, find a way to put some money in my pocket so that I don't need to depend or be desperate for somebody else to kind of wave a carrot in front of my face, And it's a approach that I think a lot more kids these days should take. And I say kids just in a sense like, they got more resources with social media. If they want to start making music at 16, 17 years old, go work that part-time job and build your fan base. And you could be working at a Target, a Walmart with 2 million followers, just collecting your own bread and not relying on somebody to come give you some money. I think that's a key factor that can just help a lot of people in the way that they approach this music. That's just kind of being smart on the business end.
Exactly, because everything don't happen overnight. For a lot of people it do, a lot of people it don't. So if you don't want to make moves when that time come, man, make sure your finances are straight. That way you'll be.
Buy some Shiva anyway.
Buy some Shiva, Get into the
yeah. Hey, it's crazy how many people I've seen off what's considered a shit coin make like 5 figures. It's nuts. Yep. I know it's a gamble, but if you do your research, like you said, and you find the right one, and when it has a run, hey man, it's real. It's a real thing. Yeah. It's a new way to make money. It really is.
Yeah. I just tell me recently they go, you should start charging people for this cryptocurrency. I'm like, nah, man. I'm like, I want everybody to eat. You know what I'm saying? If you got, like, I want y'all to get rich, bro. Like, I don't need other people's money for that, for knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I got one question for you.
Go ahead.
I have a question for you. How is because you recently just had a kid, right? Boy, a son, right? How long ago?
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. 3 weeks ago. He's 3 weeks old.
Yeah, I thought it was fresh. Yeah. So how I know because I got 3 myself for some reason. But how is that process? How is the process? Through the whole pregnancy time to the point your son is born and like this early stage that you're in a fatherhood. How has that kind of like changed, if it has altered anything, your perspective and the way you kind of approach creating music and your writing, and like you said, the experiences you go through experiences differently, I feel like, as a father than you do prior to, or when you understand that you're about to be one. How's that kind of changed your approach to creating?
So what I took from that, just the whole experience, I thought to myself that it's another genuine piece to the puzzle that I can use for the music. You know what I'm saying? Because now I got this little being that I love that looks up to me, that's going to rely on me for, so many years to, become this responsible adult one day. So just using that, man, it's up my hustle. It's giving me something else to rap about. It's giving me, different love. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's dope, man. It's an all around growth. Even outside of music, all around. It just makes you want to be a better person for real. I'm definitely more careful now. You know. So
I'm glad you said that, because I know I can only speak from my experience. And when I had my first one, it was a son, and so the biggest thing I remember when he first got here is it just made me feel like I have like an influence. And so it makes you want to be like in tip top tier shape of yourself all the way around, because somebody is like relying on you to influence their every move. And from a creative standpoint, that just naturally kind of influences your creativity and how you operate. And I think it's always different. You can even hear it in like kind of mainstream artists or well-known artists, like Wale just put a project out not too long ago, and Eric took a couple, and I think he just had a kid. The kid might be a little older, but he's one that just stands out. When artists have kids, you just tell they're kind of approach changes, because like their life changed, and I think that's, it's kind of an attribute increase to an artist when it comes to like their creativity.
Exactly, man. I hate to keep bringing them up, but even Drake, Drake had his old songs about him, so it naturally does inspire you, man, for real. So it's a good to have that little person looking up at you, and you're their real superhero, so.
Yeah. In real life. Yeah, absolutely.
Real life.
Yeah. Shit. I mean, I don't know if you're short on time, if you gotta go. Yeah.
What time we got? Go ahead. Y'all good.
How much time you got? Okay. Well, no, I'm just curious. Is there any outside of maybe rap, are there any artists or genres that you might pull from to kind of give you inspiration for the music you create?
I'm weird, bro. Like honestly, I'm such a music head. It's ridiculous, bro. Like if you look at my playlist, I have about like 35 gigs of music, all different genres. Like I have playlists set up, bro, like starting from the 1920s all the way year of different genres just set up, So at any moment, if I'm feeling like I want to listen to alternative music, I'll listen to that. If I want to listen to Renaissance jazz music, I'll listen to that. If I want like 1970s soul R&B, I'll listen to that. So I'm kind of everywhere, bro. I even got like opera and Spanish music and shit, bro. Like I'm everywhere with music.
Spanish music's hard. Yeah.
I was just listening to this because I'm always thinking, everything is for the next project, is for the next thing. So I was listening to some cumbia tracks, and I was like, man, like cumbia is fucking hard, bro. Like that. Yeah, I was like, man, I gotta put that in something. I need to sample that.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Like, you
can draw
just kind of pull from other. That's how art's made. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to think for this episode. We usually do a segment like a die on the hill segment, like something on you firmly believe in, and typically we try to keep it relevant for the topic we're discussing on the episode. So I don't know. Any ideas?
I don't have actually. You know what? I'm gonna lead this one to you, Rio. If you just given everything, kind of where you at life, like I said, new father, anything that's going on. If you had to tell somebody something that any type of principle, moral value that you're not moving a toe off of, what would you stand on, no matter the circumstances, when it comes to just what you believe in? Like if you had to tell a kid, a class, whatever, like, hey, if you do anything else or don't do anything else, this is something you should always stand on. What type of hill would you die on about, and what would that be about?
I would say,
from an artist standpoint, given the fact,
I would say, man, honestly, I would go back to the financial aspect. Whatever you want to do, you have to start from being grounded. Start from the bottom, ground yourself, work yourself up financially, and use that to feed your art. Because as long as you have your financial situation straight, you would be good, be able to do whatever you want, whether it's start a little business, because with money, you're opening up doors to getting certain business loans. If you're able to put up so much money for this loan, you can start your business. If you want to save up bread to start flipping cars or to start, you know what I'm saying? You want to build a studio, you want to do whatever. It all takes money. So make sure legally, I'll say that too, legally.
Yeah.
Make sure you put money up legally, man. That way you don't have IRS or you don't have
nobody take it from you.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Nobody take it from you. Yeah. I'm pretty sure when I'm out here, I'm looking like a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure, like, fancy cars, nice clothes, but nobody can take it from you. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying bro. So as long as you do that shit legally and really run your money up, you'll be good. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that because and that kind of gives me a hill that I stand on. I do think, in correlation to that, I think from a creative standpoint, you got a lot more creative avenues and juices flowing when you don't have the concern of financial. Like when you don't have any financial issues, you're able to create from whatever that creative, process is. It just allows you to think clearly. It allows you to kind of be more concise when you are songwriting. It allows you to kind of have a clear vision when you want to produce a visual, because money's not an option. I mean, it's not an obstacle. It's not an issue. It's kind of like when you go to a restaurant and you're not worried about how much time it costs. You get what you want to eat, and that's what you want, because it's not a matter of what it costs. So I think from a creative standpoint, I would die on the hill that's saying that, having some money to start the creative process is part of, is essential. And I know it's kind of, I don't want to say contradicting to a lot of the stories you hear from a lot of artists now who, have that starving story, the starving artist story, who, didn't have nothing and they created some greatness out of it, which is cool. But I do think for the substantial longevity in it, if you come from a place where you don't have any financial concerns, or you would be all right if it don't work out, it just helps you create some stuff that's a lot more authentic to you, for sure. Yeah. So that's the hill I would die on, is that find a way to put yourself in that space, like you said, legally, so that you also aren't looking over your shoulder during your creative process.
No, definitely. What you're doing is fun, man. So
yeah.
Shit. I mean, damn, this was a great conversation, man. I'm happy you're able to take some time to come talk with us and catch up, because it's been so long. It's been way too long, We all live in different parts of the country. We can't really catch up in person. So,
man, hey, we need to do something once a year, bro. Start linking up, or once every other year. You know what I'm saying? We stay in three different places to visit. You know what I'm saying? So we can definitely make something.
Yeah, I got a thing. I like to go to hoop games, so I got to make my way out to a Bucks game sometime soon. Yeah.
Come on out. It's definitely out here, man. Even Chance the Rapper said he loved coming to Bucks games, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
We get Gucci.
Okay.
So it's definitely a dope feel, man. For sure.
Awesome.
Right on, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, before we let you go, is there any any social media or links you want to promote that we'll leave in the description as well? Just any shout outs or anything?
Yeah, man, you can follow me on IG. You know what I'm saying? I believe it's Malibu_Rio Vidal. You know what I'm saying? You can follow me on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? At Rio Vidal. Twitter, Rio Vidal. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep it the same for everything. And make sure y'all check out my music, man. For spelling, it's Vidal for the Vidal part. You know what I'm saying? Rio is RIO. So make sure y'all check out my music, man. Check out the music videos. I even got some articles out here, man. Read up on me, whatever y'all want to do. Check your boy out.
Love it, bro. Thank you. And hopefully you can come back and join us down the road when you release this future project, man. You can talk about it and promote it.
Hey, just hit me up, man. I'm one phone call away.
Love it.
For sure.
All right, man. You brothers to be smooth.
Take care.
Likewise, bro.